Hello, today we'll be talking about Rattata, the first pure normal Pokemon, although its Alolan form is normal dark. Speaking of its Alolan form, this Pokemon is the first Pokemon to have a regional form. It's also the first rodent Pokemon. Its past PYC dates are March 16th, 1996, January 5th, 1999, October 26th, 2001, August 16th, 2004, June 7th, 2007, March 28th, 2010, January 16th, 2013, November 7th, 2015, August 28th, 2018, and June 18th, 2021. I like the purple of the original Rattata. It's unique. As for Alolan Rattata, I think the mustache looks silly. You may have noticed throughout this series that I've been struggling to say Rattata. That's because when I was very little, when I caught my first Rattata, my brother and I called it Rattata, which sounds more natural to me. We even came up with a little song about it. Hello, Future Dylan here. I originally recorded a version sang the song, but last night, when editing this week's videos, I was listening to Pokemon music. I heard the song, Unbeatable, the theme song of Season 8, Pokemon Advanced Battle, which the song my brother and I created goes to. However, when I recorded this originally, I didn't remember that. It was when I re-listened to the song that I was able to remember that that was what it was based on. I did actually, do it pretty well in the original video I recorded, but since I actually know the source material, I can actually sing it a lot better. So first, I'm gonna show you the source that it was used, I guess. We didn't know at the time that we didn't purposely use Advanced Battle's theme song for this little song that we created, but it's kind of fun to see the comparison between the actual and then the one my brother and I came up with, though. Now, the version my brother and I came up with. Oh, my brother got a Rattata. Oh, my brother got a Rattata. And then you repeat over and over again. I don't remember if the oh part was in it. Let's move on to Path Dylan now. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello, today we'll be talking about Rattata, the mouse Pokemon, which is 0019. It says here that it was rat before Gen 3. So yeah, it was the rat Pokemon. This is Rattata, this is Alolan Rattata, and you can see on the border here, it's just gray because normal Rattata is just a normal type, but Alolan Rattata is a dark normal. So its abilities, this is non-Alolan Rattata, its ability is Runaway or Guts. Alolan Rattata's is Gluttony or Hustle. Hustle, as non-Alolan Rattata's hidden ability. Thick Fat for Alolan Rattata's hidden ability. Gender ratio is 50-50. Its catch rate is 255 or 43.9%. Breeding, egg group is failed. Hatch time is 15 cycles. Height is 1 foot or 0.3 meters universally. But for Rattata, it's 7.7 pounds or 3.5 kilograms. Alolan Rattata is 8.4 pounds or 3.8 kilograms. So experience yield is 57 in Gen 1 through 4, but went down to 51 in Generation 5. Leveling rate is medium fast. Its EV yield is 1, which is in speed. Shape is that. Its footprint is that. Pokedex color is purple, but may be other colors in other forms. Space friendship is 70. Rattata is a normal type Pokemon introduced in Gen 1. It evolves into Eradicate starting at level 20. In Alola, Rattata is a dual type dark normal regional form. It evolves into Alolan Rattata when it's leveled up at night, starting at level 20. It is the player's first toy Pokemon in Pokemon Rumble and Pokemon Rumble Rush. Don't know what that means, but it's a notable thing, I guess. Biology, Rattata is a small quadrupedal rodent Pokemon. It has purple fur with a cream-colored face, paws, and underbelly. It has narrow eyes containing white sclera and pupils with red irises, rounded ears with cream color insides, and a single whisker on each cheek. Its long tail is tightly curled at the end. Its most notable feature is its large teeth. Like most rodents, its teeth grow continuously throughout its life and must be worn down by gnawing. This also ensures that Rattata is not awoken by the sound of its grinding teeth while sleeping. Females have shorter whiskers. Rattata live wherever it can find food, which it searches for most of the day. Thanks to its sharp fangs, it is able to chew on nearly anything. When it is threatened, Rattata can deliver a powerful bite. Rattata constantly keep their ears up and will immediately scurry away from the slightest sound. Fur is the natural predator of Rattata. Its hardiness lets it live in many environments, although it mainly lives on plains and savannas. Because it reproduces so quickly, a pair of Rattata can quickly colonize an area. As shown in Pokemon Sleep, Rattata is known to sleep sometimes with a log in its mouth. Aww. Prior to Gen 4, Rattata and evolved form Raticate were the only known Pokemon capable of learning the moves Hyper Fang and Super Fang. Forms: Rattata has a regional form, Alolan Rattata. Rattatas are non-native to Alola and arrived in cargo ships. The Rattata population in Alola was booming until Yungoos and Gumshoos were imported as a control measure. In order to avoid these new predators, Rattata altered its habits. It moved to more urban areas, became nocturnal, and formed large nests led by Raticate. Alolan Rattata searches out fresh food by smell and ignores anything spoiled. It has even been known to sneak into people's homes to find food. It has dark gray fur, grayish-purple ear insides. There are 2 tufts of fur on each ear and near the tip of its tail. Its long, thin whiskers are replaced by shorter, thicker tufts of fur as well. The line where its cream underbelly meets its gray fur is ragged instead of smooth. Evolution: Rattata evolves into Raticate. Alolan Rattata evolves into Alolan Raticate. You can see that here. Here. Game data, Pokedex entries. In Gen 1, Red and Blue, bites anything when it attacks, small and very quick. It is a common sight in many places. In Yellow, will chew on anything with its fangs. If you see one, it is certain that 40 more live in the area. Stadium scurries around quickly, searching for hard objects to gnaw. It appears to be jittery and unable to remain still. In Gen 2, Gold, it eats everything. Wherever food is available, it will settle down and reproduce offspring continuously. In Silver, living where there is food available, it ceaselessly scavenges for edibles the entire day. Crystal, this Pokemon's impressive vitality allows it to live anywhere. It also multiplies very quickly. Stadium 2 is just Gold again. In Generation 3, Ruby and Sapphire, Rattata is conscious in the extreme. Even while it is asleep, it continuously listens by moving its ears around. It is not picky about where it lives. It will make its nest anywhere. Emerald, Rattata is conscious in the extreme. Even while it is asleep, it constantly moves its ears and listens for danger. It will make its nest nearly anywhere. Fire Red, its fangs are long and very sharp. They grow continuously, so it gnaws on hard things to whittle them down. Leaf Green is just Red and Blue again. For Generation 4, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, cautious in the extreme. Its hardy vitality lets it live in any kind of environment. Heart Gold and Soul Silver are their Gold and Silver counterparts. So, in Gen 5, Black and White are Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Black 2 and White 2 are different, though, and I think this is the first Pokemon where that's true. Black and White 2. It searches for food all day. It gnaws on hard objects to wear down its fangs, which grow continuously during its lifetime. In Gen 6, X is the Silver entries. For Y, that's Fire Red. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are their Ruby and Sapphire counterparts. In Gen 7, we've got normal or non-Alolan Rattata in Sun. Its incisors continue growing until its death. If its trainer doesn't offer it a file to gnaw on, it will gnaw on door frames, table legs, and so on. With their strong capacity for survival, they can live in dirty places without concern. Left unchecked, their numbers multiply rapidly. In Ultra Sun, its incisors grow continuously throughout its life. If its incisors get too long, this Pokemon becomes unable to eat and starves to death. In Ultra Moon, this Pokemon is common but hazardous. Its sharp incisors can easily cut right through hard wood. Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee are the same as Yellow. So now for Alolan Rattata. With its incisors, it gnaws through doors and infiltrates people's homes. Then, with a twitch of its whiskers, it steals whatever food it finds. In Moon, when the sun goes down, it becomes active. It runs around town on a chase for good food. For the boss of its nest, Raticate. Ultra Sun, it shows no interest in anything that isn't fresh. If you take it shopping with you, it will help you pick out ingredients. Ultra Moon. Night after night, they sneak into people's homes seeking food. A massive outbreak of them has become a public concern. In the Let's Go games, its whiskers provide it with a keen sense of smell, enabling it to pick up the scent of hidden food and locate it instantly. In Gen 8, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are their Diamond and Pearl counterparts. So here we have Rattata in the Alolan Pokedex and Alolan Rattata in the Alolan Pokedex. Lola Pokedex. It's interesting that it's standing on 2 legs here instead of, on all 4s there. Game locations, side game locations. Okay. Held items. Rattata, held items. Pokemon caught in Gen 1 must be traded to a Gen 2 game in order for a held item to appear. So in Red, Blue, and Yellow, you get a berry. If you transfer from Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, or Soul Silver, you get a Chillin berry. 5% of the time. For Alolan Rattata, if you transfer from Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon, you get a Pekka Berry 5% of the time. Before I do the stats here, it says down here, Alolan Rattata has the same base stats as Cantonian Rattata, or non-Alolan Rattata. Rattata, HP is 30, attack is 56, defense is 35, Special attack is 25. Special defense is 35. Speed is 72. For a total of 253. This Pokemon's special base stat in Gen 1 was 25. Okay. Pokethon stats. These are all these. For type effectiveness, we're going to look at these and we're going to compare them and all that. So, non-Alolan Rattata, we've got normal, flying, poison, ground, rock, bug, steel, fire, water, grass, electric, psychic, ice, dragon, dark, and fairy are all what it gets normally damaged by. So psychic gets taken out, and so does bug, and so is dark. Weak to is fighting for double. Alolan Rattata is weak to fighting, bug, and fairy. Fighting is ×4. Bug and fairy are double, so it's immune to ghost. And this one's immune to ghost and psychic for 0. So it's resistant to nothing. It's resistant to dark for half. And notes, if this Pokemon is given a ring target, the effectiveness of ghost types moves is 1 times. It goes from 0 to 1. He notes for Alolan Rattata, if Miracle Eye is used by an opponent, or this Pokemon is given a ring target, the effectiveness of Psychic type moves is 1. So that goes from 0 to 1. If this Pokemon is given a ring target, the effectiveness of Ghost type moves is half. So that goes from 0 to half. If this Pokemon has Thick Fat, the effectiveness of Fire type moves is half, and the effectiveness of Ice moves is half. So that just goes from 1 to half. By leveling up, you got 1 Tackle, 4 Quick Attack, 7 Focus Energy, 10 Bite, 13 Laser Focus, 16 Takedown, 19 Assurance, 22 Crunch, 25 Sucker Punch, 28 Super Fang, 31 Double Edge, and 34 Endeavor. By TM, you got TM 10, Work Up, 11 Sunny Day, 12 Taunt, 13 Ice Beam, 14 Blizzard, 17 Protect, 18 Rain Dance, 23 Iron Tail, 24 Thunderbolt, 25 Thunder, 28 Dig, Shadow Ball 30, Double Team 32, Shockwave 34, 36 Sludge Bomb, 42 Facade, 44 Rest, 45 Attract, 46 Thief, 57 Charge Beam, 58 Endure, 73 Thunder Wave, 82 Sleep Talk, 86 Grass Knot, 87 Swagger, 88 Pluck, 90 Substitute, 93 Cut, and 98 Rock Smash. By breeding, if you breed these Pokemon, you get Bite, these you get Counter, these get Final Gambit, these you get Flame Wheel, these you get Fury Swipes, this one Last Resort, this one Revenge, this one Reversal, this one Screech, this one Uproar. Yeah. Got nothing by tutoring, side game data. So in Pokemon Ranger, if captured, Rattata throws tackles as hard as it can with its tiny body. In Shadows of Almia, it attacks by chomping with its powerful front teeth. In new Pokemon Snap, I bet you've seen Rattata near the lab a lot, playing with rubbish. I know they need to gnaw on things to keep their fangs from growing too long, but I really wish they wouldn't chew up the lab's support beams. Okay. So now for Alolan Rattata, this is all its side game data, okay. These are the evolution datas at level 20. Okay, so here, for Alolan Rattata, there's a note here. In Pokemon Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon, Alolan Rattata evolves into Alolan Raticate when leveled up at night, starting at level 20. In Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, there's no time mechanic, so Alolan Rattata evolves starting at level 20, regardless of time on the system clock. Cool. Here are its sprites. So you got this first one that very much looks like Rattata, but not quite purple yet. You got this one that, for whatever reason, is green. Now we've got the proper color here. A few different things though. You got the red eyes and the ear color here, and then okay, so it's shiny. Up here is kind of a grayish color. This one's more kind of a yellow gray, or I don't know. Could be a few colors, honestly. Kind of becomes a little bit more tannish over in Fire Red and Leaf Green. And it kind of becomes a little bit more green and for the shiny. Oh, I guess the eyes are blue starting in Gen 3? Okay, interesting. But not in Fire Red, though. It turns purple for some reason. The eyes. Then it kind of keeps the consistency of a blue tongue, blue eyes. Yep. It kind of has this pose like it's jumping. Yeah. All that. Basically the same. Then we got it as a model. Now it's very much green. Yep. Then we've got Alolan Rattata. So now we can see. So it's standing for some reason. Let's opposed to these. I don't know. Maybe that's supposed to be its difference. I don't know. But this one, we have, it's sort of a reddish color. Okay. Then we've got this, sort of a dark, I guess a dark red. So then, yeah, we have all this. I got dark red. You know, then we got the shinies and stuff. Okay. Oh, the females. Oh, I didn't even talk about the females. I'm sorry. So this is the male and this is the female. You can see that the whiskers are shorter. Yeah, they're not as notable in 5, but yeah, they're significantly more notable in 6, and 7. But yeah, they kind of go back in Let's Go Pikachu to kind of being almost like half the length of the males. Anyway, so yeah. Yep, that's fine. Okay, so oh, now it's yeah. For some reason, home it's now on. It's all 4s. The Alolan, Rattata. There. Yep. So then, okay, so in the anime, Rattata in the anime, Alolan Rattata in the anime. Skip. Okay, so for the Pokedex entries, for this first Pokedex entry, I have already recorded the first half of this up to berries here. So when that's done, I'll cut back and I'll finish up the Pokedex. Yep.
A forest Pokemon, Rattata. It likes cheese, nuts, fruits, and berries.
Welcome back, and now let's finish it. It also comes out into open fields to steal food from stupid travelers. For the second one, in Sun and Moon, episode 9, talking about Rattata and Raticate in the Rotom Pokedex. Rattata and its evolved form Raticate, the mouse Pokemon, a dark normal and normal type. When they band together, they steal food from people's homes. Long ago, they came here to the Alolan Islands aboard cargo ships, and eventually grew into the Pokemon we see today. The number of Rattata and Raticate eventually grew so large that Yungoos and Gumshoos were brought in from a different region to chase them off. So then in 20 of what I assume is Journeys, the Rattata, and the sources Ash's Rotom phone. Rattata, the mouse Pokemon, a normal type. Rattata can live in any environment. Yeah. Here's in Pokemon Origins and in Generations. Poketoon, I guess, about it. There's in the manga. Aw, it's adorable. It's in Alolan Rattata in the manga. And the TCG. I'm sorry. Here it says, Pokemon Detective Pikachu. A Rattata appeared in Pokemon Detective Pikachu. There are multiple Rattata in this movie, and we will watch and see all of them in a few minutes here. So, yeah, that's a little wrong. Trivia: in the Pokemon Red and Blue Beta, Rattata was originally known as Rattatak. Rattata is notorious for being associated with the Fear strategy. Apparently it's a strategy in the, competitive game. I don't really understand. Yeah. Rattata and its evolved form both share their category with Pikachu, Raichu, Sandshrew, Slanslash, Palmy, and Palmo. They are known as the mouse Pokemon, though Rattata and Raticate were originally called the rat Pokemon prior to Gen 3. Rattata has gained notoriety among the fan base due to youngster Joey on Route 30 and his phone calls claiming his Rattata to be within the top percentage of the species. Rattata has the lowest HP of all normal-type Pokemon. Alolan Rattata has the lowest base HP and special attack of all dark-type Pokemon. Alolan Rattata ties with Morpeko for the shortest dark-type Pokemon. Alolan Rattata may be considered a counterpart of Yungoos. They can be caught at certain times of the day, Yungoos at day, Alolan Rattata at night. They also evolve into Gumshoos and Alolan Rattata respectively at level 20 at their respective times. Also, their evolved forms are the Totem Pokemon in their respective games, Gumshoos and Sun and Ultra Sun, and Raticate Moon and Ultra Moon. Alolan Rattata and its evolution are the only regional forms that cannot be transferred out of home to any Gen 8 or 9 game. Weird. Together with Magikarp, Seedot, Ninjask, Pichu, and Goldeen, Rattata is the easiest Pokemon to catch in Pokemon Ranger with only one loop necessary. I don't know what any of that means, but I'm sure someone does, and they've learned something. Origin. Rattata appears to be based on a rat or a mouse. Its large ears are similar to a Dumbo rat. Alolan Rattata appears to be based on the black rat, brown rat, or Polynesian rat, all of which are invasive species in Hawaii. Their attack on sugarcane fields caused the locals to import small Indian mongoose into Hawaii as a form of pest control, explaining the relationship between young goose / gumshoes and Rattata / Raticate. Its thieving behavior and tendency to work in groups under the command of Raticate is reminiscent of a gangster. The shape of its whiskers resembles the knot of a hakamuri, a cloth wrapped around its head and tied under the nose as a form of disguise, typically worn by thieves in Japanese media for comedic effect. Name origin: Rattata may be a combination of rat and attack, as indicated by its beta name. It may also incorporate rat-a-tat, a tapping sound. Kurata may be a combination of ko, child, or ko, small, and rat. Here are in other languages. See also references. External links. This is new. I guess these are the Alolan forms. Let's see Rattata's first scene in the anime. Hello. Welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we're watching episode 1, Pokemon I Choose You. In this scene, Ash Ketchum, the main character, has just begun his Pokemon journey with his, soon-to-be companion, Pikachu here. Yes, and he's just failed to catch a Pidgey. Pikachu, who at this point doesn't really like Ash, is laughing at his failure.
Hey!
He sees a Rattata going through his bag.
A forest Pokemon, Rattata. It likes cheese, nuts, fruits, and berries.
Yeah, but this isn't a forest.
Okay, so yeah, that's Rattata's first appearance. That was the Pokédex, and yeah, that's about it. Bye. Let's watch Rattata's scenes in Detective Pikachu. Hello, and welcome to the Detective Pikachu portion of the video, or as I like to call it, Detective Rattata, as it's just the frames of Rattata to the best of my ability. So here, we have Tim, the main character, and he's in Rhyme City, a city where Pokemon and humans can coexist. He's come to Rhyme City after finding out that his father died in a car crash. So we're kind of just these are kind of establishing shots of the city. There's a Rattata on this guy's shoulder here. So yeah. Walking through the city, yeah. So now... Okay, so now we've got to much later in the film. He has met Detective Pikachu, a talking Pikachu. They've gone on a little adventure with Apom that went crazy with something called the R gas, a chemical that makes Pokemon go crazy. Yeah, and so we're in a night market now, so he's following the scene here. And there's a few Rattata in the background you'll see here in the scene. Right now. Yeah. Those are the Apom.
He's adorable.
So he's just asked this couple if they can understand Detective Pikachu here, and they can't. Like he speaks English to only him, but they can only hear like the Pika Pika stuff. So yeah.
No, it was a gas. I was breathing gas. Hey. Accidentally, I was on the gas.
Yeah. So he also got a sniff of the gas. So he thinks that that Pikachu is like a hallucination, or that him talking is a hallucination. Yeah.
Do you want Johnny Law to give you a one?
Did no one else hear him? Can you hear him talking? You can hear him saying words. It's not just. It's my father's place. That's why I was there.
So he just asked him why he was in the apartment of Harry, who was his partner before he went to the apartment to find out more about his past and see his amnesia. Yeah.
Why were you there?
Son?
Harry's son is what he just said. So, yeah.
How do you know his name?
So it's on the hat there, and so now we've cut to later in the film. They've talked to Lucy, a reporter at the news that Tim knows, and they've attracted the R to these docks here. There's a few Rattata about, kind of all over here in the docks here.
You know what you need? A shoulder saddle. I bet someone makes one.
Okay, there are
Mentor, sensei, master, whatever you want to call it. I'm fine with all those.
Hey, what if it wasn't a gas? What if it's hereditary?
Okay. So now we've cut to later. They've tracked the R-Gas to this underground Pokemon fight club called the Roundhouse. We'll see a little bit of the fight scenes here. I'll talk about them. So there's a few Rattata on the ground here. Yeah. So you can see them better here. Here. Okay, so now, so this is Blastoise battling a Gengar here. This is kind of the fight that's happening currently. You can see a few on the, I think that's one. But yeah, there's a few about.
Doing some light stretching.
Okay, so now we've cut to later in the scene. they've talked to the owner of this place, and he's about to fight the owner's Charizard, and to learn more about the Argas and stuff. That's like, that's their deal or whatever. If he wins, that he gets to know information.
You never want to go into these things tight.
So there's a Rattata in the background
So
here.
I'll just do it again.
There's one
Give me my hat back!
up
That
there, I
thing
think
just
there's one
chucked a
down
year's worth of
there.
that R stuff!
It's like you said.
I forget things, it's what I do, I have amnesia! We'll tackle, will knock me
There's
out!
one there.
Just look away, please.
So he's struggling to use his powers, as he's forgotten, because of the amnesia. There's the Rattata. So he's gone in to help Pikachu. So now he, confronted him about being in the arena with dangerous Pokemon, which is completely fair. But he knocked him down, or I guess the Charizard's tail accidentally knocked him down. So he had vials of the Argas in his coat here, and so now it's being released onto the crowd, and there's the Rattata there. Okay, now we've cut to much later in the film. It's been revealed that Howard Clifford, the founder of Rhyme City, has captured Mewtwo, a powerful Pokemon, and has used a device called the Neuralink that allows him to put his mind in Mewtwo's body and use his powers, or their powers. And so now he's released a bunch of gas from some floats, as it's the 10th anniversary of Rhyme City. So they did a parade. So this guy's, Rattata is going crazy because, the whole reason why he did this, Howard did this, is because he's trying to merge humans with their Pokemon. It's a thing. Just the lieutenant, he's calling for backup. So his Snubbull is attacking him. There were a few in the background. So Pikachu and Tim split up because Mewtwo proper showed him and Tim a vision where he thinks he betrayed Harry, but now he's back because he's found something about the car crash. So you can see some Rattata here. And that's a Psyduck, that's Lucy's Psyduck, and they're gonna talk, but I think you don't really get much of that scene. So now he's gonna go, so what he was doing was, he's gonna go confront Mewtwo. Now we've cut to later in the film, the plan's been unraveled, the day's been saved. So this is, Roger Clifford, Howard's son, and the owner of the news. He's about to give her kind of a promotion. There's a Rattata in the background.
Tonight, prime time. And make sure.
And there's a background here, and then they're all celebrating and stuff. So this is Harry Goodman. It's been revealed that he was actually not dead. That his soul was inside of Pikachu. So now he's back. So he's been separated by Mewtwo proper, and now he's saying goodbye to his son before he leaves to go back to his hometown. And there's a Rattata there.
For a while?
Yes. So that was Tim deciding to actually stay. There was a Rattata there. You probably saw it. Yeah. So that's the end of the video, or end of this portion. Bye. Let's talk about the TCG. I have one Rattata card, and it's not a Alolan Rattata. It's the original design. It was illustrated by Mitsuhiro Orita. It's interesting since it looks like Rattata, but it's slightly off. It has the pre-Gen 3 classification as being a rat Pokemon, which I don't know why they changed that. It's 1 foot and 8 pounds, which is 0.3 pounds heavier than its weight on the official Pokedex. It has one move, Bite. Since I've already covered it in the War Turtle video, I won't go over it again. However, I will say that it only costs 1 of any energy and gives off 20 damage on this card. It's weak to fighting-type moves, making it take double damage. It's resistant to psychic moves, causing a psychic move to lose 30 damage. This is interesting since Rattata is not resistant to psychic in the video games. It has no retreat cost. Its description says, bites anything when it attacks, small and very quick. It is a common sight in many places. This is the Pokedex entries for Pokemon Red, Blue, and Leaf Green. It's level 9. In the games, it would be 11 levels from evolving into Eradicate. Speaking of Eradicate, I don't have a Eradicate card, so the next Pokemon I'll be talking about with a card is Ekans. Now, let's see why people love Rattata. let's look at fan art. Hello, nobody sent in fan art, so today we're doing DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who've watched the series, you might be wondering why we're doing this single image here. That's because this is the only image we're looking at today. Here, it's called Raticate Mirrored by Tamburella. You see Rattata here in the background with Raticate, and then on the flip side here is a lowland Rattata and a lowland Raticate here, and you can see kind of the difference between them, and it's a really cool image here, yeah. Let's move on. Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. Tonight at 7 p.m. CMT Central Mountain Time, I'll be catching a Rattata in Pokemon Blue. I'll also be evolving Bulbasaur into Ivysaur, and then into Venusaur, Charmander into Charmeleon, then Charizard, Squirtle into Wartortle, then Blastoise, catching a Caterpie, evolving it into Metapod, and then Butterfree, and catching a Pidgey and evolving it into Pidgeotto, and then Pidgeot. As for Alolan Rattata, I'll have to wait until I talked about the Gen 7 Pokemon to get back to that. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Raticate. As always, this isn't my proper outfit, and you'll see me tomorrow.